This is Melanie, welcome to my TikTok page. And today we're going to talk about a subject called dyslexia and my dyslexic journey, which starts in 1995. Back in 1995, back then it was called a statement and it's now called an assessment. I was statemented as having special educational needs. During that journey at school, it was quite difficult for me. I did not have the adequate support that there is out there now. And my point of making this video is just to share with you all my experience and offer you support and encouragement to say this is how far I've come. Hi, this is a continuation of my video on dyslexia. You've got some of that already drafted in, so I will begin. So I've got to the point of, please forgive me, it's my first TikTok live video, and if you give me a thumbs up if you think I'm doing well so far. So as I was saying, my journey started in 1995, and it was then called an assessment and is now called a statement. I was statemented with special educational needs. I had a tutor, I don't know, a tutor. She was what's now called a SENCO, a special educational needs coordinator. Her name was Mrs. Winters. She had really white grey hair, and I used to call her Mrs. Cauliflower because she just reminded me of a cauliflower as a childhood memory. I don't know why. And she would pull me out of class supposedly to help support me. And she constantly throughout my childhood basically said there was no way I could be dyslexic because I could read. I had a lot of short-term memory problems. I couldn't remember a lot of things that I'd learned, so I needed it repeated. My short-term memory was absolutely awful. It still is, to be honest with you. It's really, really bad. And they used to basically take me out of class back in 1995, and the special educational needs that we were supported was they taught me how to cut out letters in a straight line and play a memory game. But she would constantly say there's no way I can be dyslexic because I can read. Although I had all the traits of dyslexia, like, my B's and D's would be mixed up. When I was reading, I would lose where I was in a book. The letters would jump around. It really wasn't clear for me to understand. I couldn't copy stuff off of the board. Yeah, there was just a lot of things. I used to daydream a lot. In fact, I still daydream a lot. But I was just like ridiculed by the teachers at school, saying I was lazy, or, this might be a bit triggering, this video, so trigger warning. I was basically told that my parents were told that I had mental health issues, which I have no problem with that. There is many people that have mental health issues, but I did not at that time. I was just dyslexic, and I'm also dyspraxic. And I basically believe that school, I'm going to name and shame it, sorry, is Penwortham Primary School in Streatham. Basically, that back in 1995, I don't think the teachers were taught correctly on how to support children, because basically I was ridiculed, basically bullied by my teachers and made to feel stupid and thick if I got things wrong, or, if I did put my hand up in class. There was lots of things that happened, like, nowadays that you display your children's work in a class. They never ever displayed any work that I did. I never really got any praise. I hated doing sports because I found it so difficult and nobody would ever pick me. It was a horrible time. And also before that, my parents had put me in a private school called Virgo Fidelis. So they paid a lot of money thinking that, because also I was a very sickly child, so I missed out on a lot of school. In addition to having special educational needs, I also have various medical problems, which I can go into in another video. We don't need to stress that. This is the dyslexia one. But I guess my journey of education and stuff like that was really bad and scarred from Virgo Fidelis Primary School. Again, I'm naming and shaming. I don't think it exists anymore. But yeah, they just used to call me stupid. And if I got sums wrong back then, I was told to sit in the naughty corner because I got a sum wrong. It was a private school. My parents were paying a lot of money in order for me to get, like, you know, catch up on any work I'd missed behind. And they just belittled my confidence completely. Another really big thing at Virgo Fidelis that sort of stays in my mind is, I think we were getting dressed after a PE lesson. And I'd sort of just got a bit more confident. Being able to tie my shoelaces is something to this day that I found difficult. And as a fellow dyspraxic or dyslexic, you may also find buttons, shoelaces, zips, anything fiddly, jewellery, difficult to put on and off. But anyway, I'd finally found a little bit of confidence and was trying to do up my lace. And the teacher was just being helpful. I know, I'm not saying they said anything bad. Said, oh, do you want some help? And I said no. And she really didn't like that. But I was just trying to show them that I was confident enough. I can do this. I'm a nursery nurse myself, and I really feel that if a child, wants your help, you should always be there to provide the help if they need it. But if they're okay, let them just get on with it. But if they're struggling, always be there to support. But you sort of can't push your way in. But I just feel like they wanted to push their way in, and and it was just really difficult. I struggled to make friends. I didn't like putting my hand up because I'm also very shy. There was loads and so many things. It was just really hard. And thinking back to, like, even going as far back as secondary school, a little thing is like your timetable, forgetting which lesson was first, whether it was science or catering. I don't know what it's called now, maybe it's food tech or something like that. But yeah, I'm a 36-year-old woman and I have no confidence in myself. I believe that my parents offered me a lot of confidence before I went to school, but I feel like once I went to school, the school took it away from me. Like, they belittled me so much where I struggled and needed help and support, that it just diminished my confidence completely. So now as an adult, I have low self-esteem, I'm very unconfident, and I'm trying to give myself the confidence because I know that I've had to learn and adapt things that help me. Like, I like to use a lot of coloured pens. That really helps me. I use coloured overlay. I have another pair of tinted blue glasses to allow me to read. I love that nowadays there's a lot of this assistive technology where it can read stuff back to you. But still, as an adult, I still struggle. It still affects my everyday life. And those confidence issues that upset me in school are still with me to this day. I do use social media, so I have posted on Facebook. I've probably missed out words, spelled stuff. It really makes you feel self-conscious. Even to write a text message or a WhatsApp or an email, I still need the support of perhaps my sister or my mum to proofread it. Because another thing of being dyslexic and dyspraxic is I can never see my faults. Like where I've missed out a word or I've repeated myself. I just can't see it when it's written. Like if it's written on pen and paper, it is a little bit easier on actual computer or on your phone. But even then I still struggle, to be honest with you. Simple things like using your phone. I misplace stuff. I don't remember where I put stuff back. All these are little things that, your brother or sister, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, or you might have been going